lots of ways to organize details. One of them is using graphic organizers. Today, let us talk about the types of graphic organizer appropriate to use in selections and passages that we read for better comprehension.
This video is presented to show examples of appropriate graphic organizers for different texts. Without further ado, let's start with our first graphic organizer, which is used in a cause and effect relationship between events or things, where one is the result of the other.
The first graphic organizer is the fishbone diagram. Here is an example of a fishbone diagram. As you can see, the major details are highlighted, thus the message is easier to comprehend.
The main topic of this diagram is about COVID-19 and the negative effect of the wrong behavior, mindset, and beliefs of the people during pandemic. As you can see, there are several statements or facts in the diagram that supports the effect.
The first statement in the diagram says the earliest recommendation from the WHO supported the stance that healthy people weren't required to wear a mask. But after more evidence emerged, the organization updated its official recommendation. Another statement says that wearing a medical mask causes you to breathe in more carbon dioxide. People believe that you don't need a mask. Coronavirus is just what the government says to make us all listen to them. Also, people says that masks can be made from any material as long as your face is covered.
As the effect in general, if you don't obey the proper rules and protocols that our government told you to do so, it may harm you. Well, not just you as a being, but also the whole community. Not wearing face masks and face shields in public is one of the examples that we shouldn't do.
Here's another fishbone diagram that shows the positive effect of right practices of people during COVID-19 pandemic. Here, in this diagram, it shows the opposite of our first fishbone diagram. Several statements are in this first diagram to show facts that people do and must do during this time of pandemic.
The first statement says masks can help prevent the spread of the virus. Next statement says avoid going to crowded places and maintain at least 1 meter distance between yourself and others. The last statement tells us refrain from touching your eyes, nose, or mouth.
The effect of following the common health protocols and precautionary measures helps decrease your risk and makes you less susceptible of obtaining the disease. Becoming clean and healthy keeps you living a longer life.
Now that we're done showing examples of fishbone diagram, let's proceed to our next graphic organizer, which is used to show a series of steps or events arranged in chronological order.
The next graphic organizer is the sequence chart. After seeing the causes and effects about COVID-19, let's look at the daily routine of Marguerite in quarantine. Using sequence chart, we can sort out the chronological order of Marguerite's daily routine.
Here is the sequence chart that tells about Marguerite's daily routine in quarantine. Being in quarantine, there's a lot of changes in daily routines of Marguerite. Before the pandemic, her daily routine mainly highlights school, house, and church. Things have changed this quarantine, and here are the things she does. First, she wakes up in the afternoon, then she will eat her lunch after doing activities for her personal hygiene. Next, she does as much house chores she can do for today until it gets dark. Then, she scrolls through her newsfeed and social media apps before eating dinner. Lastly, she prays before going to bed.
Now, there you have it. Graphic organizers help us to comprehend the passages we read and to make it easier for us to understand the message in the text.
And that's all. Thank you for watching. See you soon.